All right. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I'm here for the first of many to come of the Shelter in Place Blessed by Influence series. I'm here with the legend, the myth, the HMFIC himself. One of my biggest influence here is in Sausalito, someone who motivates me, his spirit, his love, his passion for what he does. He is my guy, has been my guy for years, been in my family for years, Mr. Saylor himself.
Reverend keeps it lit. How are you, sir?
I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. Thank you for coming.
It's an honor and a pleasure and a privilege to be here. Thank you.
That's what I'm talking about. So, when starting this series, I was going through my different contacts, and after seeing, I wake up every morning and I go on Facebook, and one of the things that drives me every day, that gives me the biggest smile, is when I come across your Facebook page. The most epic Facebook post that I think have to be out there. I think plenty of people could agree with me.
Well, I think there's a guy named George Takei from Star Trek who kind of motivated me into that sort of realm, I guess. He got a little more political as the elections and stuff was going on, but he's got some pretty good stuff out there too.
Is it how would you say you compete with him? Is it?
Well, I wouldn't say it's a competition because he's got millions of followers.
Yeah.
Being Sulu from Star Trek, but I like to make people happy. I like to make them laugh.
Yeah.
Joke around. You come to my place, all of us are laughing and joking with each other and with the customers, and life's too short not to laugh.
Absolutely. That's one thing that I think makes Sailors the staple for what it is, right? Like, we go there, I know from my personal experience, and everybody that I go there with, I'm not going to tell the world how many times I've been there. It's close, around 1 million, but what makes Sailors is not only you, the team that's there, the friendly faces, the smiles, the family, the camaraderie that you feel instantly when you walk in the door.
That's what it's all about, man. It's like, people coming to your house, entertaining, and you said family and my team. That's I'm really proud of that because that's how I feel about it.
Yeah.
They are my family.
Yeah.
And even as far as some of our customers that have been coming for years have turned into friends and have turned into family.
Right.
Like you.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
And your grandpa.
Yes. You can't forget about that, man. Oh my goodness gracious. And we could go on and on about stories about him, but it's something else, man. What a small world, huh?
Yeah, absolutely.
So we have to know, where did the journey of Sailors begin?
As a 15-year-old kid, as a dishwasher, working at Red Boy Pizza in Larkspur was my first job. And by the time I was 18, I was manager, going to college at the time, and didn't really know what I wanted to do, but I loved working at the restaurant, and I started taking Spanish classes at College of Marine, and that's where my, being fluent in Spanish started, because that's kind of when I started, is when the Latinos started to come into the restaurant business itself. Yeah. And I had this one guy that didn't speak any English at all, so I tried to communicate with him.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's really where it started, as a dishwasher, and then cook and manager. And I got tired of pizza, so how can you get tired of pizza? But every day for 5 years,
right.
5-6 days a week. So I wanted to learn more and learn how to cook, be a light cook.
Yeah.
So went to Italian restaurant in San Rafael called Salute, and just kind of worked my way up from there. Finally ended up figuring out at the ripe old age of 27 what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
And I went to the California Culinary Academy in the city.
Yeah.
Did the program there, and went back to a restaurant that I was working at previously, and they ended up closing. had the opportunity to open my own place.
That's awesome.
In '99.
And that place, that was Sailors.
That was Saylor's Landing.
Nice.
Yeah.
And Sailor's Landing was over.
That's down the street from Molly Stone's. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Sweet.
And the funny thing about that place is, back in the '80s, it was called Marina's Bar and Grill, and my parents used to go there every Friday night for dinner. So I knew that place, and never expecting to even, open my own place, let alone that particular spot. But so that had some history and meaning to me as well.
Nice. So you went from an Italian kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
What prompted and motivated the Mexican cuisine?
So we had Sailor's Landing for almost 9 years, and we were having a landlord dispute. The spot where we're at now was Guernica. That was a Basque restaurant.
Okay.
And they were there for over 30 years. Between the time we opened Sailor's Landing and the time that Sailor's, now called Restaurant and Bar, opened, there was Margaritaville here in town.
Yeah.
And they had closed. So there was really no Mexican restaurant. There was the little Sausalito taco shop that was here, but no, full sit-down restaurant. And having mostly Latino staff, it was a no-brainer.
Yeah.
To open, Mexican restaurant.
Right. Man, that's awesome because it fits. I feel like knowing you and it being family to you, I feel like I couldn't picture you doing anything else. I feel like it just fits.
Yeah. Well, and like we were talking earlier, my staff, they are just as much a part of that place, or just as important to that place as I am, because as much as I like to say that people like to come and see me, that might not always be the case.
Right.
A lot of people come, they call ahead, Sean working tonight? No, he's not here. Okay, I'll be there. But no, those guys, the customers have just as much love for them as they do anybody else. So.
Absolutely. Well, when you go there, it's from the customer perspective, it's your place is one of few places that you go to, and like you said, like your customers become family, and that has to be a beautiful thing to see the support, right? And then have that loyalty base where, people instantly, when they think of stepping out, because of the team that you build, because of the delicious food that's cooked there, how awesome is it to have that loyalty and that base?
It's a great feeling. It's the feeling you get when somebody loves you, or you're in love with somebody, your wife or your significant other. The community here in Sausalito has been just awesome. Being here almost 22 years now. I used to hang out here as a kid down at, it's called Steps of Rome now, but it used to be called Cafe Trieste. And my buddy's dad had a boat there in the marina behind it, and we'd go hang out on the boat, do stupid things, as teenagers would do. And but I've been coming to Sausalito since I was a kid, and my other friend Nick, his parents owned the restaurant where Avatars is.
Okay.
It was called Cafe Med, and that was a family-owned business. His dad was the chef, and I'd help out there every now and then in the kitchen. They needed help. So Sausalito to me it means a lot to me because although I live in Larkspur now, but Sausalito is my second home.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you are not only a staple but an emblem.
Wow.
you are the emblem,
Damn.
man. It's one of those things. Now it's when you drive down Bridgeway, even if you're going past Sailors, you have to turn your head to the right just to see if you can catch a glimpse of HMFIC. You just have to do it, man. So all right, one big question for you.
All right.
The bathroom. The epic bathroom.
Yeah, so you go into most bathrooms and they're, it's a bathroom, whether it's your home or, you go into a commercial, restaurant bathroom. That was my wife, actually. She started that. We got a bunch of funny signs and, stuff in there. People like to read and spend a little too much time in there sometimes. But yeah, that was her. She started that and found all these little funny sayings. Just screwed them into the wall.
The rest of it.
Yeah.
One of the most. I'm one of those people. I'm definitely guilty of spending too much time reading and also taking pictures of some of the signs so I can use it elsewhere.
Yep.
I am definitely guilty of that.
Yep.
So every Friday, being the staple and seeing what you've built, we get to 2020.
Yeah.
Okay. A wise man once tells me, a wise man always reminds me on Mondays, MF Mondays. I think we can all agree, MF 2020 as well.
MF 2020. Yeah.
Pandemic comes.
Not MD 2020.
Right.
MF 2020.
A lot of people probably don't know. Actually, a lot of people do know what MD 2020 is, but I guess a lot of people younger than myself probably don't know what MD 2020 is. I caught I think like the last Bay City.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never had it. I know what, and I don't even know what type of alcohol it is. If it's a liqueur or it's a beer or I don't know. I never had it, so I know enough to stay away from it.
Right, and which I wish I was given the disclaimer. Pretty much MD 2020 is a headache in a bottle. There's medicine and then there's a headache in a bottle. That's a headache in a bottle.
And you got to take the medicine after.
Right, exactly. So 2020 hits.
Mm-hmm.
The damn pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
What has that done to you?
Oof. Well, I think it's given us all a little bit of PTSD.
Yeah, no doubt.
It's something that I think could have been prevented a little better. Maybe not. I'm not a scientist. I'm not a doctor. But I think people can do better.
Yeah.
With, how it's transmitted and whatnot. Keep the distance.
Yeah.
Wear your mask.
Yep.
As far as the restaurant goes, we pretty much shut down all, everything except for takeout.
Yeah.
My front of house staff lost their jobs for 3 months, from March to June, I think it was. We got as much help as we could to try and get us all through that, get them through that. Rotate staff, and of course we had to cut hours and other things, for the staff that was there. It's been hard, man. There's days, and I'm a pretty happy-go-lucky guy. I like I said, to laugh, smile, have fun, and there's been some days that I didn't want to get up.
Yeah.
But I have to. And I have to for, my staff and my family and my customers, my community.
Right.
That's what keeps me going.
Yeah.
Keeps me motivated.
Yeah,
in what I would call a pretty much unmotivating year.
Right.
These past 9 months.
It unfortunately, but fortunately, it kind of makes us dig deep, right?
Yeah.
Just like you said, kind of having to find that motivation, even just to get out of bed when everything is kind of depressing after the big hits, that we take, right? So adjustments. What adjustments has this time forced you to make?
Mostly my attitude. Like you said, dig deep and keep positive and keep going as best as we can.
Yeah.
Try and keep my staff, busy. Our business is way down, as I know yours is too.
Yeah.
Everybody's, except for, you know, probably Costco and
Yeah.
and Walmart and,
Right.
and you know those
Right.
kinds of places.
Right.
You know, Amazon.
Amazon.
You
Yeah.
know?
Right.
I mean, but you know, and it's not just you and me, man. It's we're all in this together. It's affected everybody. I don't care if you are Amazon or Walmart or Costco. You know, it's affected our psyche, our attitude, it's tested our will. You know,
Right.
To keep going.
Yeah.
And you know, we'll make it through to the other side of this, and,
Yeah.
and you know, we got the vaccinations coming, and you know, hopefully that's going to be helpful to get rid of this virus. But you know, just got to keep positive.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Throughout these times, you know, it's kind of one of those things of staying positive is something that's, you know, is definitely something that we're going to remember, like even in the future from this time, like finding the energy to remain and stay positive is going to be something that we look back on and just go, hey man, if we all can make it through this, when we all make it through this, let me say that, when we all make it through this, you know, it's going to be one of those things where I hope personally that people look at what they might have taken for granted in the past, right?
Yeah.
You know, it could be something as far as businesses goes, teachers, nurses, and I washing our hands, stuff like that, right?
Right.
I hope that you know, we all have learned a very valuable lesson on what happens when things get taken from us, and the importance of cherishing and valuing everybody,
And that includes, you know, family members that have
yeah,
gotten, you know, gotten the virus and passed on. Yeah, we gotta stay positive. Yeah, we will get through.
we'll get through it. My guy came through. I shot him out a text, then gave him a call. Been in the restaurant so many times. When asked to come out here and be a part of this, he gave me the quickest yes. Sean, man, I love you. I love your business. I love your team. They're my family. I appreciate you coming out here from the bottom of my heart.
Appreciate you.
You are truly a blessing to me and a huge influence in my life, man. And I support you. The rest of you, go out there, keep supporting my guy, keep supporting Saylors, as we support all of you as well. And let's get through this.
Let's get through it.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you.
All right, air high five. Boom. Ow!